Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the second annual Growth Capital Expo in Las Vegas 2015. I have with me Keith Rosenbaum, EMAV Holdings. It's a publicly traded company, EMAV, on the OTCQB. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. Great job, by the way, at the conference.
You having a good conference?
Great conference.
Good. Thank you for saying that. Let's go into it. Give us an overview on EMAV.
Perfect. EMAV Holdings is a publicly traded company, as Shelley said. The concept or the value proposition for the company is that we propose to take the Jeep Wrangler, the four-door iconic Jeep Wrangler, make that into a premium electric vehicle, sell that on the consumer side directly through Jeep dealerships, also a commercial vehicle which will replace the tow-behind diesel generator, which is polluting and very noisy. And then we also have a separate division which will be acquiring automobile dealerships.
So you're going to turn combustion engine driven vehicles into electric vehicles? Is that your business?
That's part of the business, and we've done this already. We've done this with the Jeep. We've done it with the Jeep J8, which is a little bit larger version of the Jeep Wrangler. And we're also very proud of the fact that we're the first company in the world to produce the first fully electric pickup truck, and that was on the Ford F-150 platform.
Wow, I like this. So what's your background?
Well, I guess I should apologize. My background by trade, I'm a corporate and securities attorney. And about 5-6 years ago, I decided that I wanted to bring what I bring to my clients to myself, and was looking for a good opportunity and really thought the electric vehicle market was very exciting. Went into that, raised a lot of money through my friends and my clients, and put my own money into the company as well.
Where's the company located?
Company right now is located in Orange County, California. That's really temporary. The automobile dealership side, the roll-up side, will be located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And the assembly and the upfit operation will be located in Michigan.
Yeah. So from your standpoint, the market, in your opinion, is heading towards electric vehicles.
I think there's another guy named Elon Musk or somebody like that believes that as well. We definitely have embraced that. The issue that we face, the same thing that Tesla faces, is that there hasn't been that inflection point yet where the market demand really meets what the company is doing from a production standpoint. And Tesla's having some issues with that. Their target really is about maybe 25 or 30 vehicles a year, 25 to 30,000 vehicles a year, whereas our break-even point is only 800 vehicles a year. So we're at a much lower profit threshold.
So why wouldn't Jeep, for instance, manufacture their own electric vehicles, and why would they seek a retrofit or some OEM situation the way they're going?
And that's a great question. The best response I can give you is to Google Sergio Marchionne, who was the CEO of Chrysler, and he did an interview about maybe 2 months ago where he was talking about electric vehicles. Chrysler produces only one electric vehicle. It's the Fiat 500. They only sell it in California, and the Chrysler CEO came out and said, "Don't buy my car." All those vehicles, the Fiat 500 electric version, they lose about $30,000 on each vehicle. For right now, Chrysler is just not really all that interested in electric vehicles, and we're more than happy to take up that slack for them.
So how can you do it profitably where a company the size of Chrysler can't?
Well, and that's, again, good question, because compare us with Tesla and a lot of the other EV vehicles, electric vehicle companies that are out there in the marketplace that have failed. We're not recreating the wheel. We're also not producing a little boxy electric car that nobody wants to drive. We're taking a vehicle that has increased sales of over 40% a year, every year for the last 5 years, documented demand, again, the four-door Jeep Wrangler, and we don't need $1 billion like Tesla did to start a factory and then get to start from scratch. We're taking an existing vehicle, retrofitting that, and we have arrangements with existing Jeep dealerships. Again, I keep talking about Tesla because I think it's a good comparison, whereas Tesla is really moving away from the dealership model. We're embracing the dealership model. We're going to sell our vehicle directly through Jeep dealerships.
So is an electric vehicle sold through Chrysler the same price, or is there a little bit of a premium as compared to the combustible model?
There's a significant premium, and that's because of the price of the batteries. But also, I want to go back for a second, because if you go into a Jeep dealership and you're going to buy the top-end Jeep Wrangler, what's called the Rubicon, and that'll go out the door in Southern California for about $65,000. What we're talking about doing is when you open up that door and you look at it, when you get inside our Wrangler, it looks more like a Tesla than it does a regular Jeep Wrangler. beautiful leather seats, different steering wheel, great stereo system. It'll have the touch screen, all the electronic stuff that you could imagine, so it doesn't look like a regular Wrangler. The outside, there's some difference also. And then, of course, the drivetrain, the electric drivetrain, which will be the same as Tesla, getting 300 miles to the charge. And as the battery technology continues to increase, we'll do the same thing as well.
So here's the way I see it. This is a marriage of a vehicle manufacturer that doesn't want to go through the expense of creating electric vehicles. There's a company that creates electric vehicles that doesn't want to be an automobile manufacturer. So that's the marriage, isn't it?
Well, it's I use the term marriage, but I want to make it clear that there's no contract or agreement that we have with Chrysler.
That's because you're an attorney, but other than that...
Other than that, yes, agreed. And the other nice part that we have is it's not just the consumer vehicles, but there's a commercial version as well, which is based on the same platform. Again, nice cost savings there.
So military, if I might add.
And thank you for adding, absolutely. And from a military standpoint, we've talked to some defense contractors who are very interested. Right now we're talking with, I can't name the state, but the National Guard of a state that's interested in purchasing one of our vehicles. And in addition to just for delivery and for military type purposes, the other commercial vehicle we have is we take that same Jeep Wrangler, load it up with all the batteries, and instead of taking a tow-behind diesel generator to a work site or a construction site, you drive our vehicle out to the work site, turn it off, and it's still on even though the engine's off. There's no noise, no pollution, no emissions whatsoever, and you could use that to power in a disaster response situation. We're also talking to a couple of production companies in Hollywood, because on movie sets they're required to reduce emissions in California. This is the perfect alternative for them.
I'm sorry, I'm carrying on, but I got more questions.
Okay.
So notwithstanding the fact that you have a contractual relationship with Jeep to make Jeep electric vehicles, you really could just be a custom electrifying company so that anybody could call you up and say, well, I want a Cadillac. I want to electrify a Cadillac. So you could really electrify any vehicle. Am I correct?
Absolutely. That's not our target, because then we're really then just selling through our own distribution, and we'd much rather go through the Jeep distribution. I'd much rather have you go to a Jeep dealer, and whether you're looking for an electric vehicle or not, you're going to see our vehicle at that Jeep dealership lot.
So what do you see on the horizon in 2015, 2016 for your company?
And then that's, from our company, we have to go to the second tier or the second aspect of our company, and that's rolling up car dealerships. And what we've done was, we've stepped back for a second, when we entered the EV business, and it's hard going. I'm not going to make any bones about that. And we decided we're going to acquire a Jeep dealership. That'll help with distribution. We're part of the club, so to speak. We have direct access to parts. And we've identified that dealership. We're under LOI to acquire that dealership. And then we started thinking, okay, even before this guy from Omaha, Warren Buffett, or I think that's his name, decided that he's going to buy Jeep car dealerships as well, we decided that this was a great business for roll-ups. We're not talking about the larger dealerships with 25 to 30 stores. We're talking about one-off stores, maybe two, in kind of outlying areas, not exactly in the heart of Manhattan or Marina del Rey. And we're getting great traction on that. We have a lot of opportunities there. So over the next 2-3 years, Shelley, what I see the company doing is going out, acquiring car dealerships, and not just Jeeps, and we have a great management team to do that, and then slowly get into the EV business. So we're not diverting our profits and waiting for the market to catch up. We'll go very slow, measured approach on the EV side, wait for the marketplace to catch up, and then start making a lot of money.
For more information, pay attention now. We're going to give you a website. Go.
It's EMAV, E-M-A-V, Echo Mike Alpha Victor Holdings, HOLDINGS.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Rosenbaum, EMAV, EMAV Holdings, publicly traded company, EMAV on the OTCQB. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're at the second annual Growth Capital Expo in Las Vegas, 2015. Keith, thanks for coming on. Very interesting story.
Thank you, Shelley. Thanks for having me.
Quite well.